Hello, once again, everyone. It's Eric here with weather for Weather Geeks, the Tuesday evening edition. We're 10 days deep into April, or should we call it March? It's another much more March-like day out there today. Some snow flurries we're seeing. When you look at the radar today, a little bit deceptive, more green than blue, but actually this is mostly snow flurries that tried to make it to the ground from time to time. The air was pretty dry in the low levels of the atmosphere, but some of these survived the trip all the way to the ground earlier on today, and certainly the satellite picture looks more like March than April today. This is a pretty cold looking satellite picture with some sun at the beginning of the day, but it's kind of what we call self-destructive sunshine. In other words, sunshine heats the ground heats the air, and when you have a lot of cold air upstairs in the atmosphere, it's very easy for clouds to billow up, and boom, there you go. All of a sudden a sea of cumulus and stratocumulus clouds formed, and underneath those we had just a little bit of precipitation earlier on this afternoon. Those flurries are fading away early this evening. The weather picture across the country is pretty quiet this evening with a couple of exceptions. Actually, a tornado reported earlier on near Fort Lauderdale, near the airport in southeastern parts of Florida. Middle of the country is pretty quiet. Some showers out in the western U.S. this evening, but for early to mid-spring, this is a pretty quiet weather map. Typically, or often I should say, we would see some big-time thunderstorms somewhere on April evening, but not so much this evening. All right, our hour-by-hour rain chances on Wednesday, much like today, pretty low chances, and precipitation would be pretty light, pretty spotty on Wednesday. We actually have a warm front heading our way, and that could touch off a stray shower as we get into the afternoon, maybe early evening on Wednesday. A better chance to get wet late Wednesday night and heading into first thing Thursday morning with the next warm front, and this is the stronger of the two fronts. This is the front that's going to usher in, finally, some above-average temperatures for Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. We'll get well into the 60s. After that rainy start, we should see a good deal of sunshine. Beautiful weather to end the day on Thursday. And then the pick of the week remains Friday. Now, this front is a doozy lurking off to our north. The temperature difference on either side of this front is going to be amazing. South of the front, we're probably going to push into the mid-70s on Friday. North of the front, in a place like Buffalo, Rochester, Albany, probably 40s at best on Friday. So there could be like a 30-degree temperature difference on either side of that boundary. So look at the roller coaster ride we're about to go on temperature-wise. We still have 70s in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. We've taken Sunday's high down a little bit. It might have to go down a little bit more depending on the timing of the weekend front. We'll talk about that more in just a second. But whenever the cold air gets here, whether it be earlier Sunday or later Sunday, Monday and Tuesday look cold. I mean, come on. 40 degrees on Tuesday, and I think we are going to see more snowflakes flying in the air early on next week. So the weekend. Here's a look at, this is the GFS model for the weekend. There's some pretty substantial differences right now in the operational runs of the GFS and European modeling. The European would have a more pessimistic forecast for Saturday, suggesting a better chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. Also suggesting that that stationary front, I can actually, let me draw that a little bit better. It's that stationary front that's going to be kind of like, well, that's backwards. Let's try that again. That stationary front through here on Saturday might wiggle far enough south that Saturday we might get our warm-up short-circuited a little bit. That's the European model idea. The GFS is farther north, leaning towards the GFS in the forecast right now, which would suggest, well, there could be a shower or thunderstorm Saturday in the afternoon. A lot of the day will be rain-free. We're rooting for the GFS here. The European model has a substantially less nice forecast for Saturday. But whatever happens Saturday, I think there is a better chance to get wet on Sunday. Again, some timing differences on the modeling here, but the GFS would suggest pretty wet day coming up on Sunday. And some of this rain could be locally heavy Sunday into Sunday night, and then look what happens. Here comes the cold. I mean, we're right back into this early next week. Look how tightly packed the isobars are here. It's going to be windy Monday. There's probably going to be a rain shower around to start, and maybe some mixed rain and snow showers in the afternoon, and we're right back to where we are right now. So take advantage of the warm-up if you can. It's not a very fun-looking map in the 6 to 10 day period here. A very high chance of colder than average temperatures in a lot of the U.S., actually. The exception, kind of the Four Corners region, down into El Paso, Dallas, that's the place to be. Albuquerque, maybe, but across our neck of the woods, no. 6 to 10 day period does not look like a lot of fun, and still a decent chance of colder than average temperatures in the 8 to 14 day period as well. The beat goes on. Let me show you last night's run of the European weekly modeling showing Again, a persistent cool signal here showing all this blue, all these below average temperatures. This is late in the month. This is the week ending the 30th of April. Here's the first week of May. Here's the second week of May. You get the idea. I mean, it's not real encouraging. Now, does this mean it's going to be freezing cold and snowing into May? No, but below average temperatures seem to be favored a lot of the time over the next several weeks. And this kind of reminded me of the spring of 1996. It's been since 1996 since we've had a start to April like we've had. The first 10 days of April this year, the coldest since 1996. And overall, the spring of 96 was a chilly one. This cool pattern continued right through May of 1996. I graduated from high school that year, and everybody was shivering at my graduation party at the end of May. It was a Memorial Day weekend. It was still cold outside. And I don't like what I'm seeing on the modeling for May. We're early in the game, but I don't see a lot of encouraging signals for May. So we could have a spring kind of like 96. Someone asked me on Twitter, what was the summer like in 96 after that cool spring? The summer was coolish, not real warm. I believe I saw that June was a little below average, July was a little above average, and then August was below average temperature-wise. So it wasn't a very warm summer. I'm not necessarily sold that the summer will be like that this year. In fact, the opposite. I kind of think actually we're going to have a pretty warm summer compared to average, but it's certainly not going to kick in early, it looks like, this year. We're not going to have summer in May, at least the first part of May, if you believe the latest modeling. All right, thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. That was a pretty geeky video. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. And in the meantime, if you don't have the Storm Tracker 21 app, I encourage you to download it. It's a free app, and we'll be updating that around the clock as we go deeper into spring and into summer and severe weather season as well.